There we go. Just gonna turn the music down a little bit because I got ADHD and I can't hear shit. There we go. Okay, I think we're a bit better now. Oh yeah, I'm tired today. I didn't even work that hard yesterday, but I did stay up late traveling from the Gold Saucer to Nibelheim, so yeah. So as usual, first things first, we're going to pose the rules. Oh, my mouse is a little slow today. Hi, Paul. Ah, there you are. I think you were just waiting on me to show up because usually you show up like 1/4 of the way in. So yeah, hi. How you doing? I've been playing Final Fantasy VII like it's coming out of my ears. Where's my script? Also, yes, I know my hair is flat. My hair is too long. I need to get it cut. Considering that at the time of this recording, it is currently Mother's Day, it would seem a little mean to ask Mom to cut my hair on her day. So, speaking of, the first panel of today's comic is going to be about Mom, but the rest is going to be about Dad. Comic's not gonna come out on Mother's Day anyway, so I can do what I want. Also, because I'm spoiled rotten, it's Pepsi throwback season. She got me 2 cases yesterday. I'm constructing dragonfly wings this morning, and it's tedious work, but will look pretty when I'm done. Didn't go for my walk, that's why I'm on time for once. You'll go for your walk after. Mom's hair grows terribly fast. Oh, you know when I'm drawing my dad, when I'm doing all these accents circumflexes. My dad is a very angled man. Now tell me, why are you constructing dragonfly wings this morning? Is it a 3D project? Are you doing it traditionally? With what materials? What are you doing? What you doing, Paul? Hi, Coco. It's a 3D model just for fun. The dragonfly will be able to move, so I'll animate it, but it's more an experiment using subsurface scattering to make it look pretty. Scattering, that tells me something. I am familiar with the term. The Bluetooth is weak today. My mouse is a little slow. It's how light bounces around inside a translucent object. Thank you! I knew it had something to do about light, but I couldn't remember exactly what. Because you gotta keep in mind, I'm not an animator. Like when your hand looks blood red when you hold a flashlight up to it, but with glass material. Oh yeah, that makes sense. Oh, this is nice and chill. About as chill as when light bounces around inside a translucent object. I completely messed that up. That's why I'm also not a voice actor. No, I don't do the dun 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 thing. Because it's like anime attacks. The enemy can hear you. But I do say that your hands are busy, you can't defend yourself. Usually shortened to, you just can't defend yourself. That is true. That is a thing I do. I like the idea of catching my dad unaware of the impending affection that's coming to him. Because I'm a troll like that. Don't mind me just checking some stuff, and then we'll get to penciling real soon. My mom's a touchy when she's a big fan of hugs. My dad too is just very quiet. Which really pisses us off during Christmas time because we want to know what he wants for Christmas. God forbid he tells us. He has been saying that the caliper that I finally got from Canadian Tire is nicer than his. So maybe I'll get him a new caliper this Christmas. Unless he wants something else. I don't know if anyone follows Stuart Semple or Culture Hustle or stuff like that. They recently posted a warning about a Japanese paint that I never heard of, honestly, but apparently is gaining popularity, called a Musu paint, which is apparently a very good black, but at the same time a very shitty black. Because from what little information I gathered, what's happening is that it's a very pretty, deep matte black, as far as I know. I mean, he's comparing it to his 3.0. Problem is, it can actually ruin artwork. It's incredibly toxic, and it can even poison yourself, your pets, and your kids. So in a video, he advised people to be careful with it. And he's not doing it to tear down somebody else's paint. That's just not Stuart's style. Because like he said, he's not a doctor. He can't give medical advice. If you're experiencing side effects, to go to a doctor. You know, the usual. But he did list the side effects that you could get from handling the paint. Like, you can't even touch the paint with your bare hands. Now, be honest. What kind of artists can manage to paint without getting paint on their hands? And that's my traditional art smudge glove. So that's a little bit of the paint that can get on them. Like, even with the rubber gloves or stuff like that, how will you not get some on your skin if you're an artist? It's impossible. So just for kicks, I'm gonna go in the... Apparently it's on Amazon. So I'm just gonna Google it real quick. Musu Black. There it is. Ooh, black gesso. That's good though. Let's see. The blackest paint in the world. Oh lord, so I got 2 entries here. They're both 100 milliliters. This one is $50 with $20 shipping. The other one is $163 and $52. But free shipping. For the same size. I'm not ordering it. I'm way too messy to order it. Oh. Oh, you are kidding me. Oh my god. So I clicked on the one... Now it makes sense why Stuart decided to say something about this. Because on one of the photos... You know what? I'm gonna take a screenshot and I'm gonna show to you guys what they did. The face, the caucasity. So first of all, I've seen results of Black 2.0, and this right here, this is a fucking lie right here. Black 2.0 is much darker. This is bullshit, okay? Like, this is barely airbrushed on. Black 2.0 is actually more like on the right of this mannequin example. That's why you had to come in. Now the resin paint, oh no frickin' wonder. Because what's going on with these really, really deep blacks is, as he explained in the video, is that the pigment, it's micro pigment so small that apparently it's smaller than your pores, and then can get into your bloodstream and stuff like that. And that's why you can't touch it even when it's dry unless it's perfectly sealed. But not happy with that. Apparently also it can mess up your art. There's been reports of bubbling. There's been reports of wrinkling. And yet offered customers that bought this specific paint to contact him and Culture Hustle to see if there's a way to save the artwork. But if you're experimenting some of the physical side effects, to contact a doctor right away. Oh, the audacity. Like, this is frankly false advertisement. Like, not that I'm doubting that the Musu paint is black, since it's resin. Holy resin. Ingredients: synthetic resin, acrylic pigment, antifungal agent, water. Oh, I gotta take my Etsy shop off of that because I closed my Etsy shop, but not to worry, all my stuff has been moved to my Ko-fi shop. Gonna check the ratings real quick. Don't worry, we'll get back to the comic. This is interesting to me. There are 9 ratings on this particular entry, but there are only 3 reviews. But I cannot believe the face of trying to pass Black 2.0 for that really shiny black. That's the face. The face. Okay, right here. Shake well before using to avoid inhalation of powder when spraying. Wear appropriate protective equipment such as mask. Which reminds me, I need a professional mask for when I do airbrush. Like, literally what I have right now is either paper masks or a fabric mask of the Grinch. And after seeing all that blue on the inside of the mask yesterday, I definitely need one with a filter, or at least... You can get some cool results with that stuff, but I'll never use it. They have some weird beef thing going on with other black paint creators. What's going on with Stuart is that he has beef with other creators that copyright their colors. That's what's going on. It's incredibly petty and I love it. Keep out of reach of children and be careful of accidental ingestion. Avoid contact with the skin. That part bothers me way too much. Do not paint in temperature under 5 degrees Celsius. Cover remaining paint and avoid storing in place of direct sunlight in temperature below -5 degrees Celsius. The strength of the coating is very low, so glossing and peeling of the coating will occur even with light contact. So you see, the artwork might not last long. Or you might not last long if you get in contact with it. Like, I get stuff from Stuart. He makes good stuff. And the problem with other artists that Stuart has, like I said, is that he has beef with artists that copyright their colors that no other artist is allowed to use, and he's not okay with that. And like his lit pigment, I have the whole collection. Anything glow in the dark that I did was done with lit pigment. Now here's the thing. Most of the artists that he has beef with are probably not alive anymore. The one that he has famous beef with is Anish Kapoor, if I'm pronouncing that right. Because when scientists came up with the Venta Black, Anish hurried up and bought it so he could be the only one that's using it. So, of course, Stuart did not like that. So what he did at first, before starting to work on his own blacks, was to make the world's pinkest pink and make it available to everybody except Anish Kapoor. So, pretty much, how is toxic paint like that legal-ish? I don't know. They expect artists to apply adult logic, and yeah, that's not happening. Like, literally, I just said I do airbrush and I don't have a correct mask for it. So imagine. I know I'm not touching that paint. Not even thinking about possibly trying it out. I am not sufficiently equipped to handle that type of paint. So then, after Stuart made Pink is Pink, As I said, he made it available for everybody except Anish Kapoor, and if you go to Culture Hustle, you'll notice that most of his stuff is... There's always a little legal blurb when buying this thing. You have to promise that you're not Anish Kapoor, that you're not affiliated Anish Kapoor, and that Anish Kapoor will not get his hands on it. You paint a pit in the floor at Venta Black and people got hurt falling in. Yes, that is true. That is true. So then what happened is that either Anish or one of his associates got their hands on the Pink is Pink and gave it to Anish. And what did Anish do? He decided to be an anus, stick his middle finger in it, and take a photo. And sent it to Stuart. And that's how the official feud started. And honestly, in this one, considering how Anish has been behaving and how Stuart has been behaving, I'm on Stuart's side for this one. Oh yes, it's incredibly petty, but I'm an incredibly petty person, so I understand. And not happy with that, on the latest news between these two, it turns out that Anish's latest exposition literally copies Stuart's sample images for Black 2.0. I've seen the pictures. So what Stuart decided to do was to retake his own art that Anish copied and have it available for collectors. I aspire to be this petty. I don't care who you are, I am a very, very petty person, and I'm all for this level of pettiness. But yeah, about that Musu Black, if, like, even on the official listing, with all the rules that you have to stick to, I don't trust it. It's not a smear campaign from Stuart, it's literally what's written on the Amazon page entry. You and me both. I had to crank the Finnish throat singing up after the stream again. They just won't learn. Jesus, they don't want to learn at this point. Either that, or they're starting to like to finish throat singing. Like, whenever possible, be nice. Do no harm, but take no shit. There's only so much being nice can take you, you know? can be nice, but don't be a doormat. We'll also drag a chair on the floor during our exchanges too. They won't be able to stand that. Well, at least you're getting some exercise on top of it, so it's win-win, really. I mean, if they're annoyed, and it's not like you start, you know, you're not the one starting. As soon as they start with their noise, and then you start with your noise to show an example of how annoying it is, and you stop as soon as they stop, if they were willing to learn by now, they would have stopped. It's not like you don't want them to enjoy themselves, is that they can enjoy themselves at regular hours, and if they can't be conscious at regular hours, they do not need to boost the bass, and they do not need to put the music at a volume usually reserved for a Metallica concert. And of course, every time I do the Metallica concert line, I usually always add, because most of their fans are geriatric now, and then people get insulted. But it's not. What I mean by that is that Metallica has been around for a long time. Because then, of course, there's gonna be men. Of course, it's always men. And now men are going to complain. Not all men. I don't care. I'm young and I've been to a Metallica concert. There's lots of young people in Metallica concerts. Doesn't change the fact that Metallica is an old band. And the people playing in Metallica are old. I myself am old. That is the joke. How come ADHD people over-explain themselves? Because every time we talk, somebody gets offended. And I mean that seriously. And not in the... I can't say the N-word, and I don't want to, but example, it's not me trying to say, I can't say the N-word, it's gonna insult somebody. No. I can say things like, the milk smells funny, and somebody will take it personally. They will interpret it in a way that is incredibly offending to them. That is what I mean. It happened so often. After the people wonder why I don't go out in public. But that's what I mean when I say I can't say anything without offending somebody. One example, one time I only do it on days that are insufferable. If they keep it super low and not for very long, I pretend to not hear it. Well, yeah. Because it's like what I just said. You're not trying to trigger them. You're not trying to get them to not enjoy their music. You just, want it to be at a normal level, at a normal time. That's all you want. Like one time, when I was talking to an my ex first grade teacher, she mentioned that she was retired, and what I said was, I understand, you must be tired by now. She was my first grade teacher. I was in my mid-20s. What my brain was meaning was, you are tired because you worked for a very, very long time. What she understood, apparently, was it's about damn time you quit. Kids are absolute monsters. I hate kids. You must hate kids too. That's apparently what she heard with the answer she gave to me. How dare you say that? I love kids. And I'm like, who was talking about kids? What? So yeah, that's what I mean when I say I can't say anything without offending somebody. And I over-explain myself to make sure that what came out of my mouth was what was in my brain. Something gets lost in translation somewhere. And having to explain myself like that all the time is very tiresome. Like, why do you assume I always mean the worst thing possible? That's my question. If they interrupt my video calls or my games live streamed, then it's war. It's gonna have to be war because you tried to do it peacefully the first time around, like you always do, and they don't wanna. So yeah. Like there's a limit to patience, and I think I hit mine back in 2019, I would say, if not a little earlier. Still got his coffee filter in his hand. Oh, just noticed my top button was unbuttoned. We're gonna fix that real quick because we're not that kind of stream. Ok. Comme ça, j'oublierai pas. Just change the setting. Paul, I said no. look at the top of that head. Timmy is an average kid that no one's understand. Oh, I just got a cease and desist from Viacom. What's fun when you're drawing is that once you're at the inking part, you don't have to stick to the chronologically setting of the strip. I'm not even sure what I said was English, but still. I mean, you don't even have to draw everything chronologically. It's just a little easier to handle, especially when you're working with a writer, so they know what's going on and when it's going on. So yeah, I've been playing Final Fantasy VII, and I spent most of my time playing, discovering that a lot of models were meant to have eyes. Everybody was squinting before in the original PlayStation version. Hi, Anime Geek Draws! Hello! How you doing? You missed one rant of an one rant, yeah. I meant to say one heck, but it was one rant. One heck of an expose on Stuart Simple and Anish Kapoor. Because that's the kind of drama I'm interested in. I don't care about the Kardashian, but two grown men fighting over color. Oh my god, that's great. Doing good. Great! That is great. Drawing as many Luigis as you want to. Because yes, Anime Geek draws, as their name implied, they draw, they are fellow artists, and I love the way they render hair. And the faces they draw is super cute too. And haha, I'm gonna compliment your art and you can't do anything about it. Nah, 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 nah. Just like when I hug my dad, you can't defend yourself, your art is good. Now everybody knows. Puff. Do you really? Well, yeah, really. Coco? Paul, when have I been known to lie when I think somebody's art is good? Hi, Joel. How could you, Shiro? Look at that. Now we got twice as many people as we usually do during the stream. I am happy with that. And Joel, yeah, perfect person to be here for that. Joel, have I ever given you compliments and not meaning it? On your art. Because let's be honest, Joel's art is super cute. But other than what I just said. I'm still connected, am I? Okay. Had a little doubt for a minute because nothing was moving, not even my automatic posts. Multiple times when I really do a good job. See, I don't kiss ass. I am always very honest with my art opinions. I just usually keep my negative art opinions to myself, but let's just say that out of everybody in the chat today, everybody is a very good artist, and leave it at that. And of course, with my type of luck, that means somebody's gonna go, you mean every other art? You think every other artist in the world is shitty? No. Get your Twitter ass out of here. Trying to say nice, honest things about nice, honest people. You didn't give me a compliment on my raccoon skull artwork. Yeah, there's a reason for that. Just forget about that and focus on when I gave you compliments on the animated train. I don't kiss butt, but I also don't sugarcoat. That's a lot of turning around for a circle. Little Tintin head going on. Excuse me. Oh, garlic. We had some lobster for supper yesterday. Because Mom knew there would be no way to find some lobster today because it's Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day, Mom. I'm doing a comic about Dad. No, you never sugarcoat anything. You're brutally honest. There you go. See? So when I have a very, very, very negative opinion about an art, I just don't go and tell said artist. I will tell a couple friends in private, and you guys probably know who I'm talking about, so please keep that to yourself. Don't say in the chat. Because there are some artists that I just like. But it's all a matter of taste. My opinion is not the end-all be-all of opinions when it comes to art. It's nobody in this chat. Everybody has good art in here. It's just that the arts/artists that I don't like. I do not see the point. Lobsters are the centipedes of the oceans. They are the delicious centipedes of the ocean. You cannot discourage me eating lobsters. I am literally a seaside person. But like I said, if I have a problem with an artist or an artist's style, I'm not gonna go on their social media and give them shit over it. I do not see the point in adding more negativity in their life. It's all a matter of taste. Because I know there's some people that don't like my style. They don't like my stuff, and that's okay. That's okay. What do you want me to do? Sit down and cry? I am used to people not liking me. Fuck am I gonna do? I'm not gonna try and draw something to try and please everybody, because that is simply impossible. Who said anything about discouraging? I'm just stating facts. Are they the centipedes, though? They don't have nearly enough legs. I'd say they're more like the cockroach of the sea. Or maybe like the non-venomous scorpion? Because they got 8 legs on the side, but 2 big pincers in the front. They're definitely spiders. Either way, they're great with garlic butter. And I had a little leftover for lunch, so of course, every time I burp, I'm garlicky. Who are these people? I'ma fight them. They're not worth your time. Don't worry about it. Because here's the thing. I draw... Like, when I'm not working for somebody, I draw whatever I feel like, and that's it. Surprisingly enough, even if I didn't grow since 6th grade, I am a grown-ass blob. And I do what I want. And some people don't like it when other people are enjoying themselves, and that's it. Which brings me back to my earlier point of me not going to other people's social media to tell them that I think they suck. Because, well, first of all, they don't need to know that. Secondly, and sadly enough, they have enough people telling them that. And because at the end of the day, it's about art style. So in the end, it's not really that they suck. It's that their style are not aesthetic to me. Just like my style is not aesthetic to a bunch of people. I'd rather be known as the gremlin that tried to help people with their art than the one that went to XXX's Twitter to tell them that I hate the way they draw hands, for example. Or even worse, finding out they're going to a convention and then go up to their face to tell them, oh, no, no, no. Who raised you? I want lobster. Oh, if I could share, I would. Problem is, you're in another country. Because here's the thing. Yes, I'm mean. Yes, I'm petty. But I need to have a very good reason to be mean and petty after someone or something. Convention etiquette is a lost art anyway. Yeah, like that guy. I made a bootleg cookie about him, actually. Who literally looked at me angry. I'm not shitting you. Like, full-on frown, like, yelling at me that my comics should be free because on that day of the con, it was also free comic book day. And me, being shocked, but having years and years of retail practice under my belt, I just went only at participating retailers. I wish I could say this was like esprit d'escalier. Then I thought about it after and made myself look good in the comic, but I really did say that. My life is a series of that never happened for 200, Alex. But it did. It totally did. The only reason I believe in the stuff I say is because I was there to witness it. Looks at Sharon with a grimace. Now free comics, no support for you, Harumph. It's like when people tell you, I'm never shopping here again, and I'm telling all my friends, good, I don't want more of you in here. When I'm a customer, I usually try. Like, it's very rare that I have to resort to being mean. Because I usually try to be nice first, and, well, that's how you get people to go the extra mile. If you don't go barging in, telling them they're idiots right away, because they're not, they're literally just customer support, they've never seen you before in their life. And, like, if we're talking brick and mortar store, they sold you something, and suddenly you come back the next day screaming at them that they're incompetent. They don't know why. They're not the one that built the thing you bought. And then they learn how you broke the thing you bought. And like, why? Why do you do this to yourself? Oops, I meant no free comic, no support for you. Either way, I'm not getting support, am I? Speaking of support this week, I should be able to continue on the back-ordered wallpapers on my Patreon. Goes to show, no matter how well you scheduled yourself, there's always going to be a shit ton of stuff happening at the same time, out of your control. So now the stuff that says, when I ask for a deadline and they say, oh, no deadline, and take your time. No, you give me a deadline or else, buddy. No, really, take your time. And no, really, give me a time, or else I'm just not going to work on your shit. Trust me, I'm doing this for you. I'm the boss here. You think you're the boss because you're paying me, and I'm the boss because I'm drawing your shit. I have rules, and those rules are so we can coexist. Also, speaking of stuff that I gotta do this week, Paul... This is easier when I don't have two comics to work on at the same time. After this, I got a bunch of work to do, pack some orders, stuff like that. And after that, I'm going straight back to Final Fantasy VII. Because there was a stream yesterday, I didn't really get a day off, so I'm trying to take it easier during the weekend. So that I can be in better shape and more awake during the week while I work, while I do some actual work. If anybody's wondering if I'm doing anything for Mom for Mother's Day, because of the stream, I don't really have the time. My sister is supposed to come home and cook for her, so there's that. because I have some work to do today, I'm thinking maybe... I know she's not watching because she doesn't want to get the comic spoiled for her for Friday. I'm thinking maybe do some crafts with her during the week. We all have a lot of work to do. I have a lot of work to do, but nah, I'm lazy. The future Joel will deal with it. Future Joel is past Joel. So... And speaking of my sister, I believe she just arrived, if you guys can hear Lily sing the Song of Her People. And Mom's giggling, so that's probably that. Here's the thing, Mom likes to do crafts, and I have a Cricut. She's afraid to ask to use my Cricut. While I have been known to lose my shit when people borrow my stuff, that's not why she's afraid. She's actually afraid of my computer. She is legitimately intimidated by my Mac. She's afraid to touch it and to mess some settings. Lily, yay. Psst, 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 I love you, Lily. What's you is that your avatar is the same color as her, so... So what's probably going to happen is I'm going to show her how to work on the Cricut, because the software is actually browser-based. You can install a portal to the software, but it's browser-based. So she can learn it on her own computer, or even on her iPad if she wants. But then tell me when she's using it so I can actually put the vinyl in the Cricut. It's not like my printer. My printer always has paper in it, so when she needs to use it, she can actually use it whenever she wants and it's going to print. But the Cricut, I actually have to open it so it can connect to the software. So either way, it's going to be a group activity. I need to participate. A 2-hour Lily only stream when? Oh man, she doesn't have the kind of patience to sit for 2 hours. Plus she only comes down here when my parents aren't home and she needs somebody to sleep with, or when I have cheese and it's one of her days where she's allowed to share my cheese. Is because cheese is salty and we don't want to accidentally ruin her little kidneys. Her kidneys are probably the size of lima beans. She's that small. If you're offline, you're fucked with a Cricut. Yeah, I know. Companies don't think about that. That's one of the reasons why I like Clip over Photoshop. The software of the devil. Because Photoshop doesn't have an offline mode anymore. But Clip does. Like, you can install it and then forget about it unless it asks you for updates. And updates are nice. Like when they introduced Liquify. Yeah, Photoshop can do this, Photoshop can do that. A lot of shit Photoshop can do that I don't use, so yeah. Like, I literally have the version of Clip Studio that animates, and I don't do animation. I should still learn it because I used to be able to do some animation, but literally last time I animated something, like more than a 2-frame GIF that I did in Clip Studio, was on my Nintendo DSi, and that was forever ago. Oh yeah. This is a leaf brush that I made in like under 5 minutes for when I was coloring a print. And that's all I'll say about that. But that's not what I'm looking for right now. Perfect. Yoink. Let's color. Of course, as colorful as I can get when I'm talking about my own skin tone. But yeah, I think Mom will have fun once we start doing crafts together. I mean, as far as sequential comics go, I'm on summer vacation from Smack until August, so I'll have a bit more time. And I'm really emphasizing the quotation marks because I'm still going to be working on stuff for other people and such. Because that's how I make my money. And we all need money. As regularly as possible. Something I don't understand. People say mean things to me, and I'm expected to sit down and take it? No. I'm gonna be petty. I keep saying that because every time I color my hair, I keep thinking about the genius that decided to tell me that when I dye my hair brown, I look meaner. Fuck you. This has nothing to do with my hair color. Like, you were going good with that compliment about my bleached hair. Your hair looks so good. Thank you. I'm so glad you finally decided to go back to your natural color, because when you dye your hair brown, you look meaner. Oh my god. You absolute cucumber. You were doing so well. Who says that anyway? Like, is it a compliment? Is it a fact in their head? Why do you say things like that? What compels you to say something nice and then say something like that right after, thinking it's a compliment? At what point in your life did your mother fail you? To make you think that, yes, telling someone that a hair color makes them look mean. And I'm the one that has to sit there and say, brown is my natural hair color. Same goes for my face, honestly, because when I really focus, I frown. And the more focused I am, the more frowny I am. So yeah, you're basically telling me negative stuff about stuff I literally can't help. I can't help that my natural hair color is brown. And back when I could regularly afford to dye it, it's not that I didn't like my hair color, I just wanted to play with color. And I do want to dye it again. And it's not because I'm finally growing some white hairs, it's because I like to play with color. I am not going to change my hair color to be more aesthetically pleasing and look nicer. Because fuck you, that's why. It's like with makeup, the most makeup I put on nowadays, I got none right now. I just wash my face and I don't want to put more makeup on top of it. Is mattifying creams and powders so I don't look too greasy on camera. It's not that I don't like makeup, but when I put on makeup, it's for me, not for you. Like I had to put some for when we did the Sketchelmania last week, I think it was. I had no choice. I was seriously greasy. Like full face, that's really just for me. I used to do full face when I was going to work because, once again, I kind of had to because gender roles. you know, to look nice for customers. I don't have to look nice while I draw. As long as I'm comfortable. It's important to be comfortable when you draw. And like legit comfortable, I have a support cushion on pressing on my back right now. Then looking pretty. And I mean, there's some people that can actually look pretty while they draw. I am not one of them. Honestly, all the power to them that they can have the patience to look pretty while they draw. Good for them, I say. Good for them. And yeah, I am wearing it right now. The house coat that I'm drawing. My mom's old house coat that she was convinced I was insulted about. And I was like, yay, new house coat! The reason, it's not because she couldn't buy one. It's because even if I'm short, I like long house coats. And the only ones that were available in town were literally like those teeny tiny bathrobes that stops to your knee, and that's not what I need. I'm a cold person. I'm a cold blob. I need a lot of fabric to keep me warm. You would think with the amount of blubber I have on my hips I'd be warm, but no, I'm very badly insulated. Shiro the friendly shark sneaking up on mom and dad. You know that photo of Jason Momoa sneaking up on Henry Cavill? That's me. That's exactly what I do. Well, drop a little paint there. Mom doesn't even have any purple tops. I don't know, I associate her with purple. But not the negative purple that I use for the purple people. Hope you guys like gas because there's a lot of it going on. Mom, you'd be happy to know that I did not move out of the house, but I finally got off my butt and I'm now doing the laundry. Happy Mother's Day. Good job. Oh yeah, there's more contrast like that. There we go. And use it. Whoops. I keep frickin' forgetting to go back to gradient. Eventually I'll use more than 2-point gradients. I'm just lazy. Oh, gonna save, gonna finish the last of my iced coffee now, and I'm gonna put the text back on. Yeah, there's still a little bit, even if it's full of grenades. Now it's done. Me, not the comic. Because we need to put all the stuff back in. Doo-dee-doo-dee-doo-dee-doo. Can we fit back in the Not really? Let's try another one then. There is always a method to the madness. Today's comic was especially heartwarming. Aww. Thank you. It's like I said in the previous streams, I like to draw these comics so I can remember the good times when these people are eventually gone. Alright, let's take a look-see. Ah, I knew I forgot something. Just one last little detail and we'll be done for today. That's it. That's it, that's all. That's all she wrote. No, one more thing. One more thing, Jackie. You know what? One more thing. One last one. Just to keep continuity. Now we're good. Now we're done. We are done for realsies. And as usual, as with every end of stream, extra special chocolate-covered thanks to my supporters, Amber B, Jeff B, Paul K, Miss Enovis, and David F. Your continued support is immensely appreciated. Oh, apparently we had somebody that subscribed on YouTube an hour ago. Or my feed needs to be updated, one or the other. I thought I had a bot that was supposed to take care of telling me that with noise and animations and stuff like that. Maybe it's having a hiccup right now. Regardless, of course, we're going to have another live stream next Sunday at 1 p.m. Eastern Time. I hope you guys had fun watching me draw this. I know I had a lot of fun drawing it. But then again, I know that you guys loved this one because it was super cute. What an appropriate music to this time of the live stream. So anyway, hope you guys had fun. I'll see you guys next Sunday. I love you all, and bye-bye.